Hey, and welcome to another store show video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough through my main storage that I released a few days ago. I'm sorry this has taken as long as it has. I had like 5 or 6 exams in college I needed to do, and I passed them all with flying colours, so we're good there now. So I can finally record this video. Yay! I want to get a major disclaimer out of the way before I start though. I highly recommend changing this item layout. One of the biggest things I struggle with in storage tech, funnily enough, is item layouts. Mainly small item layouts. You see, I have a big chest tool like this, well, not big, small, and it's just like, well, what do you actually put in here? Like, I don't know, there's not enough to do everything you want, but at the same time, you've got to have some things, and it's like a game of compromises. It's annoying. So yeah, before I even start, just please, for the love of God, you know, if the layout works for you, great, but if not, feel free to change it. I don't care, and I highly recommend you do anyway. With that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to start in the most logical place, the input. You have a input buffer on and off, so you can just put items in boxes into the barrel. If you do put items into it, it will just get spat out back here for you. And then you have your box loader, which obviously I'm not going to load anything into it for this example, but there you go. And you can see boxes just get held into that barrel there. I can't speak. But yeah, so you can do that just in case you don't want to sort anything at the minute, and if you do, then you can just turn it off. Easy as that. These chests here are for like any projects that you have that you want to just put all the materials in one place. It was just a blank wall, so I put some chests there. I'm not gonna lie, that is why that's there. Then you have the furnace array, and you have your fuel input here, your item input here, and your item output here with your on and off lever. You also have the light for if it needs fuel or not up there. As we come around, we have the bulk, which again is just like loaded into boxes, so kind of convenient for you. The item displays are up here. Again, you can change these around. Just be careful of the redstone dust on top of them, that you do replace that. Here we have the non-stackable storage, which is just unsorted and all of the non-stackables. And then we have our overflow and non-sorted. I do actually suggest, considering I ran this for like 12 hours at this point, having a rummage through all of this, I did not mean to drop that, and just seeing what you might want to sort that it doesn't. So like a big one is it doesn't sort deep slate. Yeah, you can see here, it just doesn't sort deep slate, and you might want that in your bulk instead of like, I don't know, tough or something. I don't know. This is why item layouts are hard, because all of these are definitely bulk items, and it's like I want to add more, but I can't. So yeah, I do recommend customizing this to your preferred needs. Here we have the empty box storage, which is just, again, all of your empty boxes in one place. Super nice. This isn't locked just for convenience sake. I could have locked it, but extra logic and all of that wasn't really necessary. On to everything else that I can't just show you inside the storage. We have the unloading array here, which has had to be changed slightly due to a few issues that were found after that video, so thank you to everybody that found those, but yeah, that's been changed slightly. And here we have the compactor array. If you don't know what a compactor array is, I'll briefly explain it. You have something like a gold ingot, in this case, being filtered into a crafter, and it turns it into a gold block, because, I mean, what real use do you need to store ingots, raw, the nuggets, all of that separately? So we just compact it into a block. We also do the ingots, which is the nuggets even, which is here. And that is also why the bottom stream loops back round to come into here. So it will make an ingot, and then it will come all the way along here into the ingots, be crafted into a block, and then that will be sent into the storage. With that being said, again, these can all be changed to whatever you want. I just have all of the iron, copper, and gold. And then I have things like redstone, I believe I have lapis too, bone meal into bone blocks, and hay into hay bales. The filters for the bulk, again, if you want to change them, are super convenient to get to. I went the wrong way. They are just all here, and again, super easy to access all of them if you want to change those. The chest hole filters at the top, again, super easy to access, they're just all here. And do note, some of them will stack to 2, like this. However, that is needed because the way that these lock, it takes a little bit of time, so it actually pulls 2 items out. So yeah, you do need them set out like that. The next set are a little... Okay, this is where storage tech gets a bit annoying, because they are here in this water stream, which, I mean, it's not too easy to access. But I'm pretty sure you can work out where all the filters are and everything. You know, the bottom ones are here. And obviously all the decoration and stuff can be changed without a problem. There is just a few things to be wary of, like some of the hopper locking here. Just make sure that this is replaced whenever you do that. The other thing I would like to mention is the buffer for the boxes of the bulk. The way this bulk works is it just has a massive chest of boxes, and it calls 54 boxes whenever this runs out. You can change that to be less or more. You can just subtract a certain signal strength from this comparator, or something like that. There's many ways you could do that. And I think in terms of just raw, here's what you need to know. That's pretty much everything. The other things I am going to mention are smaller, but if you want to know just the raw basics, well, there you go. You know how to use it. You just throw your items into that barrel or the shulker box, hit start, and then just, you know, wait for the storage to actually finish, which is indicated by the light up here, which tells you if it's running or not. One thing I do also want to mention, as I said, is down here is the hopper locking controller. So if I just quickly go down here, this is the hopper lock. So if you want to add anything to the storage, you can do it off here. Also, this is where the overflow and non-sorted get to when the buffers here fill up. The reason I've just left this here, which items will just stack on, is so you can do what you want to them. 9 times out of 10, let's be honest, you're going to throw them into a cactus or fire or lava or something along those lines. However, I've left this just open in case, I don't know, you want to add something to this. Maybe you want to add a box loader and then it goes to a big bulk or something, I don't know. So I've left this just free to do whatever you want to. Just know it is here so that you don't have items stacking up here and causing unnecessary lag. I am now gonna actually run the storage. I will admit I am not gonna let this play the entire video because that would be time consuming and unnecessary, but I just want to show you what to look out for in terms of errors and things like that. So yeah, let me make a box really quick. Okay, so I just ran the chest hole and opened random chests until I got all the items that I thought would be fun to put in. Again, there is like no specific reason that these items are being selected, and I didn't want to make it full just because time again. So as I just showed, we'll break that, it'll go into our buffer, and we can start it if we want to. What you'll notice is it'll come up here, there we go, and it'll be put into the unloader. So common error places can be found sort of in here, so the dispenser here can get wrong items or something if you unload it, which yes, you cannot unload this storage, please don't. In the world download, it's in a ticking area, so you don't have to worry about walking around it and unloading it. I can go all the way over here and it'll be a-okay, because for the showcase of this, my camera had to be quite far away from the actual storage, so I didn't want it unloading constantly. But yeah, if it's running, please don't unload it. As we can see, items get stacked on a trapdoor here, and then sent on their way. So common, as I was going on to, common areas for failure are down here in like droppers and stuff. Items can get stuck. This bit, I mean, it looks directional, but it's not, so don't worry about that. But yeah, mainly this car eater, it doesn't like being unloaded, so don't unload it. What other ways could it break? Oh yeah, so again, unloading issues is if this is full and the filter breaks or something, then it will just never craft the right item. I'm pretty sure this isn't actually fully reliable collection, at least over 2048 blocks. So you might sometimes, very rarely, end up with, say, a sugarcane box in the sand or the bone blocks. If that's an issue to you, then, I don't know, maybe don't use this storage, I don't know. It's just a minor compromise, I suppose. I don't really know what to label that as, but I wanted simplicity over anything. Items obviously just go around the entire thing. Don't need to mention any of that, I don't think. Again, the pre-sorter here can break during relog, so don't do that. And just the overflow and stuff here, again, it will just end up on the glass down there. So if you see items there when you're running it, do not panic. I guess the other thing I should mention actually is the overflow here can actually end up being overfilled if all of the unloaders are overflowing filters or are non-sorted, and they are all unique items. So if you're having 6 times hopper speed items into here, over time this will backlog and not actually do anything. However, again, they will just end up on there, so you could loop it round or something, I don't know, do whatever you want if that's an issue to you. Again, from what I've spoken to from a few people, that isn't an issue to them. So yeah, if your overflow is overflowing, as I like to call it, you have a second overflow. But yeah, I wanted that as an option just instead of the thing. As you can see, our light is on, so we know it's running, and don't relog. I'm trying to think of literally anything else to mention because that's pretty much it. Actually, I do know one thing. If you really want to limit the amount of boxes the bulk can call, you come down here into these droppers, and in here are all of the items for the call. So if you wanted, say, like only half of what it should be, then just take half and throw them into the void. There you go, easy. It now calls 27 odd boxes. And the other thing I will mention, just because a few people mentioned this when I was showing them, is the hopper locking down here does go for quite a while longer than the storage necessarily needs. Again, this is just for expandability reasons. If you ever wanted to expand the storage or you wanted to add anything else, it will keep itself running per se for like, I think it's a few minutes longer than it needs to. But also mainly just for like items going around the storage. There are multiple places where they go over a what's it called, pressure plate, and trigger this to reset. However, if all of your items are going into the bulk, for example, and the unloader finishes and this is still going for quite a while longer, this will just keep that going. With that being said, that is everything I do have to say. I will answer any comments or questions in, well, the comment section. And yeah, any support, feedback, whatever, all on my Discord server. I will be happy to answer your questions. This will be updated for as long as I do storage tech and in TMC. So yes, don't worry about this being like discontinued or something like that. A lot of people make a storage and then just like forget it exists. So yes, don't worry, this will be updated as time goes. Who knows, it might even expand. But yes, that is all I have for you today. Download is in the description, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.